The government's playbook appears to be make them spend hours on the phone fighting to get for their kids what they need, or for themselves what they need, get them to a point of exhaustion, have them give up, and then deliver a $1.6 billion underspend on the NDIS. Was that the government's plan all along? Is the government's idea of good policy delivery to make the service completely inaccessible so that an underspend can then be funneled into a budget surplus? How do you intend to fix this mess so that mums and dads all across the country, and particularly in the Blue Mountains and Hawkesbury, aren't reduced to tears on a daily basis fighting for their child to have what they're entitled to? It's like you've modelled it on the Hunger Games, and only those who have the energy to keep fighting are going to make it through your system. And I'll give you examples. This has been raised with me by Rachel, mother of Cameron, 9-year-old Cameron. She is fighting and exhausted from the fight. Chris Mousley tells me that he calculated he spent 100 hours trying to get basic service delivery for his 2 children under the NDIS. Are you happy, Minister, with the requirement that once people have gone through all of this, they have to do it again every 12 months? What are the key changes you intend to make to improve the journey for parents and participants? Now, I want to talk about the advocacy that is happening by service providers and volunteers who recognise what this struggle is for many families. People like Able Too, who unfunded go into bat for their clients because they are emotionally invested in their work. People like Julianne and people like Linda Fennick, who's the mum of Lucy. Linda is currently supporting 28 people on a voluntary basis as they navigate the red tape-heavy NDIS. And she does that because she wants to be able to share some of the wins she's had as a mum of a daughter who she fights fiercely for. So does the Minister have any plan to recognise the work that providers do and individuals do as advocates? Let's talk about quality of planners. Is the government happy with the quality of planning being done? And if you aren't, what do you intend to do to fix it? How do you plan to improve skills and expertise of planners? Because currently we have drastically different plans being written for very similarly impacted individuals, and often meaning someone is really under-supported while someone else gets what they need. So why doesn't the government allow for drafted plans to be viewed by participants? Because every participant tells me this would absolutely streamline the process. And when the plans are approved, there are huge delays in receiving assistive technology, whether it's a leg or a wheelchair. I have people who've been waiting anything from 12 to 24 months, and unfortunately the letters to your office have not had responses. So I ask the Minister, why does it take so long? Why do they need to renew those OT assessments? Why is the system so red tape laden? Car modifications, the same problem, and Liam, dad of 3-year-old Asher, raised this. Why does it take so long, and why are the rules so inflexible given the reality that people can't always buy a brand new car? These are some of the many questions my community has, and the other question I have is, will the Minister come and meet with my community? I would happily invite them to share their experiences with you.
I thank the member for Macquarie. The question is the proposed expenditure